Welcome to today's market report.
European stocks slumped 2.7% on Friday after US inflation came in hotter than expected, raising the prospect of a recession as central banks try to put a lid on prices. Losses on the Pan-European Stock 600 index were broad-based, led by a 4.8% slide in banks. The index extended declines to a fourth straight session, leaving it near the level last seen on May the 12th and putting it on course for weekly losses of more than 3%. Italy's MIB index sank 5.2% to 3-month lows. Spain's IBEX gave up 3.7%, while other major bourses in the region lost more than 2% each. Headline inflation for May in the US came in at 8.6%, topping an expected 8.3%, suggesting that the Federal Reserve could continue with its 50 basis points interest rate hikes through September to combat inflation. The Fed's take on inflation at its meeting next week will be closely watched. Equities were hammered on Thursday after the European Central Bank said it would deliver next month its first interest rate hike since 2011 and a potential larger move in September. Markets are in a state of nervousness because the stickiness of inflation essentially forces the central banks to double down on their tightening. The most important question is whether central banks are going to take the economy into recession to conquer inflation. Then the sell-off will transform from a valuation sell-off to a profit sell-off. Eurozone shares fell 3.1% on Friday, lagging the broader Stoxx 600 index this week. Banks, already suffering from heavy losses in peripheral lenders, such as those in Italy, accelerated losses on worries about widening spreads between bond yields in Italy and Germany. The GBP/USD plummets following a hotter-than-expected US inflation report and extends its losses in the week, dropping from around 125 to a fresh 3-week close at around 123.20. The GBP/USD remains on the defensive and would extend its downward trend towards the following week's Fed monetary policy meeting. The euro records substantial losses versus the greenback, down 1.81% in the week.
This is today's market news. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.